MightyMouseDex here. The crazy drum teacher is back at it again for another tutorial. Today's tutorial will be on my drum cover, Blinded by the Lights by The Weeknd. Before I start this tutorial, make sure you watch my previous 4 drum covers. One of them is Blinded by the Lights. The other is Limp Bizkit, Take a Look Around. The other one is Holding On to You. It's a remake. This time it's drumless. So I just play my own thing. And the last one is About a Girl by the band. What's the band called? Anyways, so make sure you watch those, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If you're new, turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. You guys want to see more vlogs, so make sure you smash that notifications button so that you don't miss those or any other drum covers that I do in the future. Make sure you smash that like button so that I know you guys want more tutorials and you guys want to learn, or I should just stick to drum covers, like I said in my vlogs. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to cut this out. Okay. All right. For the first part of Blinded by the Lights, there is a beat that they open with, a kick and snare beat. It's very simple. So how you would play it, the snare is on 2 and 4, and then for the kick, there are 4 beats. So 1 through 2, 3, 4. On the 4th beat, you hit the kick twice, like a 16th note. This beat would sound like this. Now that you guys have heard the beat at full speed, I'm gonna slow it down and play it more in depth. So slower, it would sound like this. Now, after the intro, the kick and snare beat, there's a fill into a hi-hat, the kick and snare beat just with the hi-hat playing 8th notes. So how that would sound like is like this. Now I'm gonna break that down, slower of course, and more in depth. Here it is. Again, the hi-hat is just 8th notes, so 1 and 2 and. The kick and snare, it's just the same beat as the intro, the beginning, with the kick and snare beat to open up the song. And then the fill, it comes when you count 1, 2, 3, 4. If you say that as 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it comes on the and of 1. So 1 and is when you hit it, and then you play 16, and then, so on the and you hit it, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you play 8th notes. And then you can hit the crash if you want, either crash if you have multiple. You can either hit the crash or you can just go straight into the 8th note on the hi-hat beat. Now that's the verse and intro. Now I'm going to talk about Now that's the intro and the instrumental. I'm going to get into the verse, where it takes out the 8th note and it goes back to the kick and snare beat that they did in the intro. Except in the video, if you've watched it already, I do a different variation. So that variation would sound like this. Now I'm going to play that slower, like the other 2 beats that I've played, more in depth. And Afterwards, I'll count it for you, and then we will mix those 3 beats together, chunk by chunk. How you play that is basically, if you break it down piece by piece, without the toms, it's basically the intro, like I said before, where it goes like this. Except this time, I just add, again, a variation. And that variation, it basically goes on the ands. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3, 1. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the and for the first and, so 1 and, it's on the high tom. The rest, which is 2, 3, 4, 3 and, no. So the rest is on the floor tom, so 2 and 3 and 4 and. So again, together, it sounds like this. Now I'm going to talk about oh wait. That's fine, we'll just cut that up, hopefully. Okay. Now, in the song, it goes into a fill and then back to another hi-hat and kick and snare beat like the instrumental, except, again, a different variation this time. So, that beat would sound like this. The beat slower this time would sound like this. Where was I? Where did I stop?
I don't know.
I know we were in the second verse. I just don't know where I stopped. Oh, I think I was at the part where I slow it down. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to play the beat slower this time. That beat would sound like this. The first part of my beat is a hi-hat opening on the end of 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, slower, that first variation, it would sound like this. So the second part of the variation, the hi-hat opens on the end of 3 and then on 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Slower, the beat slow would sound like this. So slower, the 2 variations matched together would sound like this. Now I'm going to play it up to speed and with the fill. Before I move on to the chorus beat, I'm going to briefly show you the fill that goes into those 2 variations. The fill up to speed sounds like this. How I'm playing that is the kick is playing on 1 and 2, and then the snare and floor, I play at the same time on the ands of those. So one and, two and, like this. Now up to speed, but into the two variations I just talked about. Now I'm going to talk about the small fill that I do into the chorus with the open hi-hat beat, just with, again, the kick and snare beat we talked about with the intro. So the fill that I do sounds like this, up to speed. How I play that is one and on the high tom, and then I play two while this plays on 2 and 3 and then the fill that we talked about that goes into the two variations of the verse, it goes like this. That is what finishes it off. So again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Slowly, it would sound like this. Now I'm going to play it up to speed into the beat that I play for the chorus. For the beat in the chorus, the instrumental, for the rest of the song, the beat that I play is an open hi-hat with eighth notes, and the kick and snare beat I talked about the intro. If you haven't noticed yet, that once you figure out the kick snare beat for the intro, you can basically play the whole song. You just need to work on the two fills and you'll be good. So fast, it would sound like this. Now that you've heard that beat, you can basically play the whole chorus, the rest of the song. If you want, for the chorus, you can just play it with your closed hi-hat, like the verse, just without the open hi-hats, where it sounds like this. Or you can do it how I did it with the open hi-hat in the chorus, like this. Or you can just make up whatever you'd like. Again, this is drumming. You can basically do whatever you want as long as it sounds good with the music. Now that you've learned all the beats, you basically have to repeat the chorus beat, the open hi-hat beat, through every chorus, all instrumentals, where it goes da na 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 na. You just play this, the open hi-hat beat. And then at the end of the chorus, where it goes back into the verses, you do the tom beat that we talked about. You might have not remembered it, so I'll play it again. It goes like this. And then you just play the two variations that we talked about in the beginning of the video. Now I just want to talk about the pattern. The second time around, when you go back to the toms, it just does it once, where it just goes simply. That's once. So you play it 4 times the second time around, but the first time you play 8. So you do the snare, the kick and snare with the toms 8 times, so you just count 8 for the first time, with the same fill as the second time, which is, second time round, you just play the kick and snare beat with the toms, of course, once, so 4 times. 4-time round. And then you play the same variation that I talked about with the hi-hat, where it goes. And then after that, it goes into the chorus, and then you basically play the open hi-hat the whole time until the end, where it just dies down and then he starts singing, and then you can end it there. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I hope you guys learn something out of this tutorial. Again, I am a crazy drum teacher. I'm a kid, so I don't know. But just hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please like, and please smash that notifications button again so that you don't miss any videos, and so that I know if you like these tutorials and you want me to do more, or I should just stick to drumming. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye! The second part of the beat is the hi-hat opening on 3 and then the end of 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Oh, it's on the 3. Oh no, it's on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, it's on 1. Okay, never mind. It's on 1. Okay. The second part of the variation, the ha. Okay. So okay.
Yeah, we have to end it.
Huh?
This thing is gonna overheat again.
I'm trying. So the second,